I don't go there to seek out a partner because I know like the men out in the clubs are there because they want to like sleep with the women at the club. And
you wouldn't date a guy who goes out to bars or clubs?
Maybe because, like I said, the majority. But then there's always like those outliers in any situation.
So do you think you're the outlier of the girls that go to clubs?
No, I think the majority of girls do actually go out to have fun, and that's what I'm saying. That's that distinction. The majority of men go out to like hook up, but not everyone's the same. And I feel like the outliers in the female population do go to like sleep with men and like seek out men, not necessarily in a college environment. I just mean in a broad context, because in college I feel like people are in this independent era of their lives and they kind of go crazy at first, and they do have a lot of fun with that. So
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you, let's say you found a high value man, and would you continue going to the clubs with your friends?
That would be a conversation for him and I, because I could respect if a man has some trauma or like trust issues, or if he views that in a certain way, then like I would probably stop. But I wouldn't respect him saying like, well, I would still want to go out. That would have to be a conversation we would have, but I would still want to like go out with him. If he doesn't let me go out with my friends, I would be like, okay, well, what if you come with us? Or like, you bring your friends, I bring my friends.
What if he says he just doesn't go to bars and clubs and he doesn't want to go out with you guys?
Well, like I said, that would be a conversation him and I would have to have and openly communicate.
But see, you know that going to the clubs portrays a specific image of you then, so it's obviously a conversation you would have to have, so you understand what going to the club
and also
means.
why does him not wanting you to go to bars and clubs have to stem from him being like a past trauma or him being insecure? I assume that's what you said. And you said, well, if he's got a past trauma and we had to have a conversation about it, what if he just didn't want you to go to bars and clubs?
Because I feel like any conception that anyone forms is based on past experiences. And I would think when like men think that what you guys think, you've had unpleasant experiences, or you've had some girls that are just kind of like for the team and really do sleep around that go out. So then you form this conception that all women that go out are like that, if that makes sense. So it would have to be like a conversation. We would have to have like a mature, open conversation.
Well, okay. So, but it sounds to me like you would not be willing for your boyfriend, maybe even husband, to give up going to the club.
No, I would be.
Well, that's not what it sounded like.
Could you rephrase that? Sorry.
Well, okay. I asked you if your boyfriend said, hey, I don't want you going. Let's say you asked the guy for commitment and he said, I'm prepared to commit to you. However, I don't want you going to bars, clubs, and parties anymore.
I would have to ask if he's going to be going to them too.
Let's say no.
Then no. I would think that like the relationship is more important than that.
Okay. All right.
Like that's actually one of the most beautiful things in human life is any social relationships we have, friendships or romantic. So I'd be totally willing to sacrifice going out as long as he is too for our relationship, because I would value that more than going out.
Wait,
like if I was dying tomorrow, like I would pick like the relationship over going out.
I left the relationship because of that, and I was so miserable. I hated it. Like I felt like I was like obeying him, and like because he didn't want me to go out, so I was like not going out also. But there was like something that I just like was not happy about that. Like I would like see my friends like going out, and like they were in relationships also, but like they were having fun with their partners and stuff like that. And you're so young. Like I feel like if you want to go out, you should want to go out. Don't just like accept like, oh, because he's saying like, you know, don't go out or whatever. Then
here, question for the whole table. Do you guys think a guy not wanting his girlfriend to go to bars, clubs, parties, do you think that's insecurity? Do you think that's him being controlling?
Yes, very controlling.
I think it is insecure and controlling, but again, that's something that needs to be communicated, and there's a reason why a man holds those insecurities.
So
like, again,
what you guys might call insecure or controlling, I call having standards and boundaries.
But then why are you attacking her when she was trying to like make her statement that she's a high value woman?
I didn't use that as a cudgel to attack her. I was asking how she's a high value woman.
If she was high value, she would respect her husband or boyfriend or whatever telling her that he doesn't want to go to the clubs.
Hold on.
High value man donated $200.
Oh man,
she's about as high value as a used gum wrapper. Rat girl is weird, but fine as F. I bet we all know the answer, but let's have them rate themselves 1 to 10.
Wait, what? I bet we all know answers, but let's have them rate themselves 1 to 10. Here, high value man.
Wait, first of all,
I want to finish off. We'll get to that. We'll get to the 1 to 10 question. Stifler has it ready for us. We'll come back to that. Okay. Thank you, man.
Also, I just want to say that I don't know why you titled yourself as high value man. He wouldn't be sitting behind his phone screen typing right now. Negativity. Anyways.
Have you ever watched The Kardashians?
No, I haven't.
You've never watched any reality TV?
No.
Have you ever doom scrolled on TikTok for 2 hours?
When I was younger, yeah.
When you were younger?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do for...
I watch like videos that educate myself.
On what?
On like life, on everything.
Okay.
On the conversations we're having. How to make money, like how to invest, like how to have good relationships, how to like love yourself. I'd rather spend my time watching educational self-improvement content like that and also balancing it out.
This is a highly educational conversation we're having right now.
Low-key it is. Yeah. I'd rather spend my time watching videos.
Thank you, High Value Man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Did you... So you guys were saying it's insecure, I guess?
What do you guys think?
Oh, hold on. We'll go around.
Butler donated $200.
Is it about herpes? Is he going to mention herpes? Yep, he mentioned herpes.
Clubs all have genital herpes. I can smell your rancid lady parts from here.
Whoa, let's be nice, okay? Let's be nice.
For the health and safety for the people in that room.
Is herpes... I don't think herpes is...
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What is wrong with going to the club? What is wrong for a woman to go to the club? I'm genuinely curious to know.
And is it going to clubs, bars, and like parties specifically, or is it just going out with the girls?
What's the difference? What do you mean going out with the girls?
Going out with the girls, like, are they going to be like, oh, I just don't want you going out with the girls in general, which can range from literally getting our nails done, going to the movies, like just having fun?
That's fine. That's fine. These are the just very specific social scenarios where there's almost going to be an expectation that you get approached. Look, I get it. You girls might get hit on your way to Trader Joe's. You're looking frumpy and you're wearing sweatpants. I get that happens. I'm not saying don't go to Trader Joe's, but these are very, very specific social gathering venues.
They're high-risk environments.
Yeah, and also, I mean, there's a whole bunch of concerns like, okay.
Stuff getting put in the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Guys constantly approaching you all night. And we're talking about from the context of you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, that puts a man, it uneases us because you go out, whether you with your girlfriends, doing whatever, having fun, you have no intentions of getting laid or anything like that, cheating, those things can still happen. Things that I can't say can still happen. And then if I told you I don't want you doing that, and one of those things happens to transpire, how are you going to explain that to me? How are you going to tell me that I told you so, and this is the reason that I told you I didn't want you to do this, or I wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, I forgot the word. I didn't want you to do it, basically. If I told you I didn't want you to do it and you do it and something happens that comes back and puts our relationship in jeopardy, how are you going to reconcile with me and that relationship? And that's essentially what it's about. It's minimizing the risk that anything harmful that could happen to you or our relationship, that's what it is. It's mitigating that risk. Because women like to do things and believe they're in full control. This is not going to happen.
Beaten Cheeks donated $200. My girl goes out all the time, drinks, even hooks up with guys at times, but very secure in my woman, at least washing off after her hookups. She even does of. I am super secure in my future. You, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Beaten Cheeks. Appreciate it, man. Good to see you in the chat, dude. Good to see you. Did you want to continue on?
Yeah. I'm saying we have these conversations, and we never look at the realities of what actually can happen, the possibilities, the probabilities. We have conversations in general. We say, oh, we don't like this, we don't like that, or this is insecure, this is that. But the reality is these things happen. They transpire all the time. There are guys who they let their girlfriends go to clubs, they get cheated on, their girlfriends get, I can't say it, drugged.
Yeah. They know what you're
okay,
saying.
yeah. That happens. They might get taken into a bathroom. It's just mitigating risk. That's what it is. And as women think, oh, this is not going to happen to me. I'm in full control. But the reality is women don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Y'all have no idea what's going to happen when y'all put yourselves in these situations. Just like you said, and I'm not picking on you, but you said, yeah, I went to the club, you had the one night stand or whatever. Yeah, I met a guy, this, that, and the third. Y'all can't predict what's going to happen. And that's just the thing. So it's better to avoid the risk altogether simply because you can't predict what's going to happen. And that's essentially what it is to us. We're territorial. We're protective. We don't want that to happen to you. Even if you think that never could, the possibility still exists. And we're just trying to avoid that possibility. You can call it insecurity if you want. We call it territorial. We call it being protective. We call it being a leader.
As long as you voice that, I don't think it should be an issue, if that makes sense.